Okay, well,
Talk about how you got started with this and who you
well,
are.
I think I want to start a different way, but
You start any way you want.
yeah. I was asked by the photographer that he would like me to make a video of some work I do. Now, here's one piece that I made. This doesn't look too much like anything until you examine it real closely. And if you look at the end of the bar, you see it's an equilateral triangle. Now, if you were a blacksmith or a person that did forging, how would you make this? What I do is I make a die. I use my bandsaw and make two 60-degree cuts in a bar, more like a block, maybe 4 inches square. And this is actually made from a car spring. It's about 1/2 inch in diameter, and I made a 1/2 inch deep groove in the bar or in the block with a bandsaw, and I heated this up and put it in the triangular shape that I cut out and squished it with a press when it was hot. And that's how I got the triangular part here. And then I made another die that I tapered. Actually, it was one like this that I ground down to kind of like a point. And I took a round bar that was about this big around, and I laid this on there when this part was hot, and I laid the punch on there and came down with a press and left that impression in a hot piece of steel. And then I took that die and I took this piece that wasn't tapered, another one that I'd made, and heated it up and pressed it down into the die, and that gave me this shape like I had pressed in the die. So now here's another one. This is made out of Damascus. I don't know if you can see that too good or not, but this you can see is an equilateral triangle, but it's made out of 4 of them. You can see them here, 1, 2, 3, and 1 in the center. And that's actually made from a piece of laminate. If you can see that it has like tiny little lines in there. And I put 4 of those together when they were square, and then turned it into another piece like this, a triangle, and then cut that in 4 pieces and welded that together. And that gave me this bar. And then I took this bar and made this bar. This is actually 5 of these bars, 6 of these bars. This is a what's a 5-sided, I mean a 6-sided called? Hexagon. This is a hexagon here, and there's one down here, and a triangle that goes in here like this. And that's how I made this. End of video.
So how did you get started in Damascus?
Well, I think it was like 1990. I saw a magazine on the newsstand, and I bought it, and it was a knife magazine. And I started looking through it, and I saw Damascus, and I thought, well, I think I'd like to make that sort of thing. So that's how I got started. It just
Making knives at
A little bit, but not really. I was just more interested in forging, blacksmithing, that sort of thing.
When did you start doing the pattern and all that?
Probably in 96.
So you've been at it a lot of years.
Yeah, close to 30.
What is your favorite materials?
Mostly I work with high carbon steel, 1084, 1095, 15N20, pure nickel.
And you ever make like some really complex stuff?
It's all pretty complex. I mean, you got to think about it and you got to kind of design it. So, I don't know.
All right. Okay, Robert, appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Sure.